If you guys are looking to buy or sell any of your coins on FIFA 23 Ultimate Team, go ahead and check out u4gm.com for a reliable spot to do so using code ELYTE, ELYYT, for 5% off your order. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. My name is Sean, aka Elite. Thank you guys for 133,000 subscribers on the channel, another 1,000 and growing. So thank you to everybody who's been hitting that sub button recently. But today we've got the out of position promo, and it's fully leaked, and I'm going to show you guys those cards here soon. But first, we've got SBC leaks that have already been confirmed for this week. We've got a flashback player, and we've got an out of position promo player that we've got to throw in this video, because those are the cards where complementary link investing works the best. So we're going to use what has worked really well for us in the last couple of complementary link investments, and then we're going to talk about what hasn't worked, because there have been a couple of cards where you guys have commented like, oh, my Timo Werner inform hasn't risen a lot. What do I do? Should I sell? Should I panic? And I'm going to talk about all of that in today's video. So if you guys have been enjoying the trading videos recently, make sure to drop a like on the video, and let's go ahead and get started. First, with the leaks that we know for out of position. So we're going to see these cards in the promo, where we've got Torre at striker here from Marseille. The card looks usable, but it looks a lot like other cards we've already seen. And it is only 83 rated, so it could be packed a lot. It could be affordable. We might see this in some people's teams. And then we've got Sao, who looks kind of similar. A lot of stats in the same areas, but the difference here is the fact that he's actually a right back, and he's got that 80 defending. So you could play this guy pretty forward in your team. We'll see what other positions that they can actually change to, and I'm going to show you guys those soon. Then we've got Suso at center mid, which his card looks pretty good. 83 pace is generally enough for a center mid. I wish that he just had better shooting, because you really can't play him as a defensive midfielder. Then we've got Mazraoui, who's moving from a right back to a right mid, but the card just doesn't look like it's anything special for a winger. We've got Lucas Vazquez in the center attacking mid. You could link him up with the Marino rule breaker card and get some good chemistry there. And his card looks pretty well balanced. So you could play this more as a box-to-box midfielder, as somebody who can get forward and take shots, but also defend, because he's got 80 defending and 78 physicality. So a really well-balanced card that's almost part of the Hullet Club, which is crazy to say for a card that's coming out in October, that we're already getting Hullet Club potential cards, which is insane. Then we've got Dumfries, who's moving from right back to center back, and that card looks very nice because he's got 84 pace and 91 physicality. Moving to center back, we've seen how some of these right backs that are stockier are pretty OP this year, like Kyle Walker, and we were hoping Kyle Walker would get a position change to center back, but at least Dumfries did. It's kind of a similar card, and although it doesn't have quite as much pace as Kyle Walker, that's still going to be a really good center back. Then we've got Wesley Fofana, a really well-balanced card, also close to being part of the Hullet Club, and he's moving to center back instead of center mid, and he's going to have 82 pace, 82 defense, 89 physicality with insane distribution stats for a center back. Next, we've got Berardi, who is one of many Serie A players that we're seeing in this promo. Dumfries, as you saw there, Berardi here at center forward, nothing crazy on that card. Then we've got Traore, Hamari Traore, who did get an inform right back that we traded with earlier this year. He's moving to center defensive mid, and he's got all stats 70 and above, so he's pretty close to Hullet Club, and so is Perisic. It's insane. All of these cards with pretty much all stats almost 80 and above. But 90 pace on a center defensive mid, you can get him forward, you can get him back. That card looks pretty solid. Perisic at center attacking mid looks pretty solid. You've got Fred, who looks more of an attacking-minded player. We'll see what other positions he can play in, but 88 pace on Fred is not something I was expecting to see this early in the game. Then we've got one of the big boys, which is going to be Hernandez, Theo Hernandez, moving from left back to left wing. So you can play him on the wing. His card only has 82 shooting, and to be honest, it doesn't look terribly better than Rafael Leao's inform that we saw a couple of weeks ago, but it is still pretty solid. It's got the stats in certain areas that are better, like pace and physicality, but dribbling, Rafael Leao is better. I think Rafael Leao has better shooting, but it gives another option at left wing. We got Reece James moving to right wing. He looks solid, 85 physicality. We'll see what his skill moves and weak foot are, because I think that'll be the make or break for his card when they drop it. Cancelo at center mid looks very, very meta. Then we've got the big boys like Mo Salah up top at striker. We've seen a card like this before, and it's back. 92 rated Salah. But as you guys can see on your screen now, the two players that I want to talk about the most, we've got Federico Chiesa getting to a left wing card, and he's got 93 pace, 89 dribbling, 85 shooting, 81 passing, 77 physicality. That's a really solid card that's going into an SBC, and if they price this at an affordable rate, we're going to see a lot of people complete this. And if a lot of people do end up completing it, we'll see links to that card rise, like we did when the Raum SBC dropped, and when we saw Danjuma drop, and when we saw a lot of the other cards drop. And then on top of that, you've also got Gary Medel, who's also in Serie A. So both of the SBCs that have been leaked for the next couple of days are both Serie A. So Serie A links have already actually started to move. If we go over to Footbin and we can take a look at certain players' prices, Bonucci, who gets a really good link with Chiesa because he's both from Juventus and from Italy, has already started rising in price. He's up to 56,000 coins now, and yesterday he was just 44K the day before. He was 41K while he was in packs, so he's been rising already. So I would say stay away from this guy because he's been invested in pretty heavily, and what we're going to see is something similar to what we saw with Timo Werner, because Timo Werner ended up working out as an investment, not nearly as good as we wanted to, but you had to be patient because the card has risen back up to like 21,000 coins currently, but it's been going back up, and we bought him for 18 to 19K. So he has gone up. He has at least gotten your coins back if you were patient with it. But because of how many people invested in it, and because he wasn't terribly meta, as we mentioned in the last video, he didn't work out nearly as well as players like Nkunku, who is a gold card. Gold cards seem to have done a little bit better because not only Nkunku, but Goretzka followed the same trend. And you can see how his card was 63,000 coins. You guys saw us get him for 59 and 60K during that day because he was down there for a few hours. And then he rose up pretty quickly. If we take a look at his card, we can't actually see it on the day it came out, unfortunately. But he went from 60,000 coins all the way up to 75,000 coins. And he's been chilling between 70 and 75 since. So he had a really, really nice rise in price. And another card that I might want to look at as an investment could be Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez at 73,000 coins right now is a little bit higher than what he was, but not by a ton. There's definitely been some pre-investing already. He was 70,000 coins yesterday. He's 72,000 coins today, and 73,000 coins is what he's at right now. Maybe we wait till content time, but here's the thing about him. We know he's going out of packs as well. Nkunku, he rose from 60K to 75K, and he was still in packs. And with Gary Medel coming out, which is Serie A, and then with Federico Chiesa coming out, which is Serie A as well, it doesn't get direct links to Hernandez. It could definitely impact his price by a few thousand coins. I'm not expecting this card to go to 85,000 coins, but he could definitely hit close to 80, which is profit at this rate. If you're making a few K per card and you only have to hold for a day or two, that is a solid investment. So I really do kind of like the Theo Hernandez. I just wouldn't spend 74 on it. I would try to get for 71 and below. And if you're looking at a certain card and it makes sense to invest in, you think it's meta enough, you don't think it's risen into the hype quite yet, it hasn't been invested in too much, go for it. Your gut is probably correct. So don't be afraid to invest in those kind of cards. If they've got a link through club or a link through nation and league, generally they do a little bit better. That's why we saw Goretzka go up. That's why we saw Nkunku go up. And that's probably why we saw Werner not crash, due to the fact that so many people got in on that investment and he still didn't really drop in price very much, which was impressive in its own, I guess you could say. Unfortunately, for a lot of us, we didn't end up making the profit we wanted to on Werner, but we didn't really lose any coins. In fact, we still made about 1,000 coins per card if you sold at the right time. So it looks really good for Serie A because we've got Chiesa, we've got Medel, we've got Theo Hernandez coming out, we've got Dumfries, we got Berardi, etc. A lot of Serie A in this promo. Not only Serie A, but we've got a lot of Premier League in this promo. Salah, Cancelo, James, Perisic, Fred, quite a bit of Premier League in this one as well. So those are the leagues, it seems, that they're focusing on for this promo, and so we could see some of the links for those guys going up. I'm not sure if we have the positions for the SBC leagues yet for Chiesa and for Medel, but we do have the positions that are going to be on all of the other cards. One of the interesting ones is that Perisic can play right back as well as center attacking mid, right wing, and that card was very versatile, almost in Hullet Club. You really could play it anywhere, and the fact that they allow you to basically play it anywhere is nice. Theo Hernandez can also play striker and right wing, pretty much any of those attacking positions, which is interesting. Reece James as well can play striker. Cancelo can play right wing back as well as center defensive mid. A couple other interesting ones is Fred can play center forward. You've got Suso, who can also play on the wing. Lucas Vazquez can play CDM or center attacking mid, which is very important for his card. And then Dumfries, which is a big one, can not only play center back, that card can also play center defensive mid. That could be one of the best CDMs in the game, really. I cannot wait to see what that card ends up looking like. And then Fofana, who is normally a center mid or a center defensive mid, can still play CDM, but he can play center back and left back as well. Not sure he's quick enough to play the left back position. I don't know how many people will use that, but I know he'll be used at that center back spot for sure. Now, I made a punt for a couple of Franck Ribéry's. That's where most of my coins are involved in right now. Oh, wow. In a preview pack, we get Ter Stegen, which is the first preview pack this year that I'm going to be profiting off of. Very nice. It's a walkout as well. We will take that all day. Unfortunately, not one of the, more meta cards at 88 rated. It's definitely SBC fodder. But if we take a look at his price, he's going for over 20,000 coins. So we'll absolutely buy this pack. So let's go ahead and get pack 7,500 coins, and Ter Stegen is in the bank. Let me know in the comments down below, how many preview packs have you made profit on? Even if it's just 1,000 coins, let me know how many preview packs you've actually made any coins on, because this is like the first one all year that I've actually made coins on. It's only like the second one that I've even bought, because I normally don't even buy most of these preview packs, even if they're close to getting me profit, because I just don't have faith that the next preview pack is going to be profit. I only did that once at the beginning of the year, where the preview pack had a shadow and a position change, and so I was like, I'll get some of my coins back. I might as well go for it. And so I bought it, and then the next preview pack sucked. So I never did that again, because I took like a 2,000 coin loss just to see what the next preview pack was immediately. And as you can see, the next one for me today was Mitrovic. So we couldn't go back to back with it, but we'll definitely take a quick 20,000 coin profit, that's for sure. But as I was mentioning, Franck Ribéry is kind of where a lot of my coins are tied up right now, and the reason I'm gonna hold on to him is because he's Serie A. Plus, with the Theo Hernandez coming out, that does add a little bit more value to Ribéry, because a lot of the people that really want to fit Ribéry in a team probably are having trouble with that, and if you add Theo Hernandez to the mix, that's a Serie A Frenchman, and it's probably going to be a really, really good card and more expensive, so they're kind of in the same price bracket. If you're adding both to your team, you definitely have a solid squad. And right now, I've got him for about 830,000 coins each, and he's about 850 right now. And if you do the math, that's not profit yet, because you're getting taxed at about 45,000 coins here. So if I were to sell right now, I'd be losing like 30K per card, but given the fact that he goes out of packs tomorrow, they've got a lot of Serie A hype, I could see him rise up to a little bit of profit for me, so I'm going to be patient with it, and I'm not going to sell too soon. Now, I've been listing up my Valverdes for some lazy buyers getting some profit. If you guys watched the end of yesterday's video, you'll see I kind of mentioned him at the end, and I picked him up for 23,000 coins. Again, not a ton of profit on him. Some of these cards after division rivals have done better than others. He was the one that didn't do too well. And so unfortunately, we've been taking a mixture of L's and W's over the last couple of days. Like Barella, W. He's up to 80,000 coins now. Plus, as Chiesa drops, he's also Serie A and Italian, so he could go up even higher. We could see players like Tomori do really well, both his gold card and his inform. Paye is going to be a dub because we bought him for 92,000 coins, and he's about to go out of packs. He's going for like 105 right now. I've listed him for 108 just to see if I can take some profit, just so I can liquidate some of my coins. And I'm just going to go ahead and relist my Valverdes onto the market at 25,000 coins. And every single card that sells for Valverde is still a little bit of profit, but similarly to Werner, not quite as much as I was hoping for. So we're kind of feeling it out still, figuring out things that work, figuring out things that don't work. So with the investments that we want to make for these next leaks, for the Chiesa and for the Medel, I would definitely say stay away from cards that have already spiked in price. We saw what happened to Werner. He went from 16K to like 19K, and then a lot of people started buying at 19 and 20,000 coins after he had risen a little bit. And because so many people invested, and the fact that he wasn't so meta, he actually dropped in price, and I could definitely see the same thing happening with a card like Bonucci. Now, he might be a little bit more meta in game. He might be a little bit more usable, so he might still work out. It depends on how many people want to actually keep him in their squad after they add him, because a lot of people with Timo Werner, including myself, added him to the team, played with him, and then was like, he's just not making the cut, and actually ended up selling him onto the market. So for that Bonucci card, I say he's probably a little bit too invested in already, because he's been out of packs for a week now, and he's only been at 44 to 47K after he started to get leaked, and now he's 55K. So he was 44K even after packs. He's risen 11,000 coins already. I just don't think that you should invest in a card that's already been invested in that much. Go for some cards that are a little bit more low-key. Maybe the Barella has some chance on him. Let me check his price currently. 79. I mean, he's already up 7,000 coins, as you guys can see. That's when we bought right here on the Sunday. He was even lower. He has room to grow. You're already missing the best investment for him. I think of the cards we've looked at, for me, my gut says Theo Hernandez, just because he hasn't risen quite as much, only like 2,000 to 3,000 coins. He goes out of packs. He is Serie A, and he's very meta, and he's really easy to get into links to other leagues. So even if you don't go with a Frenchman like Franck Ribéry in Serie A, you could go with a Frenchman in another league like in Nkunku or whatever. So that's everything you guys need to know about the leaks for the out of position promo so far, and I'll keep you guys updated throughout the week here on YouTube with more videos and tweets over on my Twitter and a couple of Twitch streams. Those links are down in the description, and if you've made it to the end of the video, do not forget to drop a like. Let's shoot for 250 likes on today's video, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment the secret comment of the day. If you've made it to the end of the video, I'll make sure to heart every single comment that includes the word Paye in the comments, because Paye just sold as I was saying this outro. So Paye will be the secret comment of the day. Include that in your comment. I'll make sure to heart it. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.